So in many cases, the building code, life safety code, fire code is going to require us to notify occupants that there's a fire so they can either evacuate the building or relocate to another portion of the building or shelter in place. And one way that occupants are notified is through audible notification. So these systems are designed to provide an audible signal to the occupants that there's a need to evacuate. Now, based on the way the building is set up and who we need to notify, that is going to dictate how loud these audible notifications need to be. So if we're going with a public mode notification, meaning we want everybody in the building to evacuate or relocate, we're required to have this be 15 decibels above the average ambient sound level, or 5 decibels above a maximum sound level in the area that has a duration of at least 60 seconds. So that's how loud it needs to be in order to notify all the occupants. Now, if we're going with private mode notification, meaning we're only going to notify people who are responsible for the response to the fire or the response to relocating people, one of the most common places you're going to see that is going to be in hospitals, where we might only be notifying nurses and hospital staff that there's a need to evacuate, because we don't want to create panic and have people in the hospital who aren't able to move themselves get worried that they're not able to move them. So we would go private mode in that case. And in that case, we can go a little bit quieter. So 10 decibels above the average ambient sound level, or 5 decibels above that maximum sound pressure level. We do have to pay attention a little bit to not having our notification be too loud. So we can exceed 110 decibels. So if we're in a really loud area and the only way to get above that would be to have something over 110 decibels, we're going to look at also providing some visual notification in that case as well. And one thing to pay attention to when installing these devices, a lot of audible notification appliances, so this is the example of a speaker here, and a lot of them have the ability to have different levels for wattage or output. This has a little dip switch on the front. It's kind of hard to see right there. You can see that. You can go either high setting or low setting there. So make sure that these get installed correctly on the right setting for whatever the designer intended for the placement of these to get that proper sound level in the area. So I'm going to go ahead and link to a fact sheet that I have that goes over a lot of basics of notification appliances. And I also have another fact sheet that one of my teammates wrote going over the difference between, private and public mode notification, kind of going over some of those scenarios where you'd see that. So thank you.